In order for you to thrive in your feminine and step up as a feminine leader in this world, you must learn how to balance your own inner masculine first. Now, what does that mean? Hi, my name is Katie. Welcome to the channel. And what I'm going to talk about today is how to really step up into your feminine leadership and your feminine power, your medicine woman era power, whatever you want to call it, in order for you to really thrive as a woman and in this world, in this masculine world. Now, we understand that we live in a masculine world, right? Everything around us is very infiltrated by masculine tendencies and very toxic ones, you know, not all of them, but many. And a lot of us women have learned that we either fall on one side of the spectrum, right? It's either like, I want a man to take care of me fully, and I just want that to be the vibe, and I just want to make cookies at home, and that's it. And that's beautiful. But then the other side of the spectrum is like, fuck men, we don't need them, like the feminist movement, right? We need to come into the middle, find that middle ground, ladies, and realize like, how can we learn how to balance our own inner masculine first, take care of ourselves so that we can call in a divine, you know, union relationship with a man or whatever, woman, doesn't matter. But like, in order for us to really, really thrive as a woman in our femininity and in our power, and that looks different for everyone, right? You might be like a medicine woman healer, and that's freaking beautiful. You're a fairy. You might be a businesswoman and like you thrive in business, and that's also great. You might be somewhere in between there as well, and that's perfect. But like, we have to learn how to really take care of ourselves first, and oftentimes what that looks like is stepping up and creating structure in our life. Now let's talk about structure. What is structure? So structure is when we can learn how to like create systems in our life that support our feminine to thrive, right? Like, for instance, I love to go out there and I love to like be a fairy with my friends by the river and just like forget about the world and just paint and be a little fairy. But in order for myself to do that, I have to actually create the systems and the structure in my life that will enable me to do that. For instance, building a business and taking care of my finances and all the kind of things that we've really like shoved down and we don't want to look at. And I know there's a lot of creators out there, women, and it's beautiful, but there's this stigma around like that realm of being in your masculine. And I feel it's so like messy because it's like, we as men and women have masculine and feminine qualities. Like, it's a fact, we all have it. And so it's not about being one or the other. You can be very, very feminine, but in order for you to be very, very feminine, you probably have something in your life that is supporting you. That's just fact. You probably have a husband taking care of you. You probably have a business that is thriving. You have something in that realm of structure, of masculine structure, to keep your feminine thriving. So it's like, we often try to act like it's like, that's not there. So anyways, where I'm going with this is like, learn how to balance your own inner masculine first so that you can thrive as a woman and feel really in your goddess power and in that energy where you're like, just feel like a fairy, right? And it's like, what that can look like for myself as an example is I am creating a business that's going to enable me to basically be able to do the things I want to do, which is travel, which is buy and invest in my health and take time where I can like be working my own time, my own money, and as a business owner, that way, if I'm feeling tired, I can go take a nap. If I want to go invest in, you know, something like get a massage, I can do that because I have the structure in place to support that lifestyle. So this is where I feel really called to help women understand it's not a bad thing to be in your masculine. And we get this word masculine and feminine all like messy and confused, and it's a whole thing, and like, I don't love to touch on it too much, even though I do, but what I feel is just like, I need women to understand, like, girl, especially in this time, in this age that we live in, we chose to come here. There's a reason that every single one of our souls chose to incarnate in this life, during this lifetime. And there's a reason why, oh my God, I thought this wasn't recording for a second, and I was like, not good. We're recording. There's a reason why each and every one of us chose to come into this world, in this masculine world, especially if you live in America, or if you live in like the Western world, which you probably do if you're watching this. Like, there are certain things that we have to keep up with, aka the digital world, the systems and all this kind of stuff. And so it's actually beautiful. And the other thing too is, in order for you to be a leader and be a healer and be a medicine just woman, fairy, whatever you want to call it, just be a powerful woman in who you are and like whatever that looks like for you. You have to learn how to grow through those challenges, through those icky, crunchy times so that you know what being in your feminine actually feels like. Like we wouldn't fully know and appreciate those times where we can just relax and soften and deepen into our receiving energy if we didn't go through the icky gicky. Oh my God, what did I just say? The icky, like masculine things. And again, I shouldn't say icky because it's not icky. It's just that it's like has that reputation, but it's beautiful. And remember that you are supported, and it doesn't have to look like really intense action. In fact, like, and I love bringing Joe Dispenza into everything I talk about. He always says, you know, when we start to claim what we want and what we desire, the universe will show us the inspired action steps. We just have to follow it. So we don't have to feel like, what do I do? Go into stress and like create all this, wreak havoc on our bodies. Essentially, we get to do it in a slow and controlled way. And there's ways to really bring in your feminine when you are in your masculine, if that makes sense, like building a feminine business when the baseline of that is the masculine structure. So I hope that makes sense. And yeah, I just want this to really go out to women who need to hear that, like, own that you are a goddess, you are a fairy, you are fully in your feminine, and that's beautiful, and you deserve to be in that. But at the same time, do not negate the fact that creating structure is not only necessary, but it can be beautiful, and it makes your feminine feel so safe, because when the time comes when you do attract, if it is what you desire to attract, your soulmate, your life partner, who is a man who can really support you and like hold you financially or whatever it is. Like a lot of you might not want that, but if you do, like you will know that you've done it for yourself first, so that you can pull that in a very safe container, in a very loving, nurturing, like providing energy, and not like some needy damsel in distress kind of way, right? So just know that like it's coming, honey, for you, if that's what you desire, because I know I do. And yeah, so much love to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you wouldn't mind, I would love if you could give this a like and a subscribe, because it helps my channel grow, because that's what we're trying to do out here. But yeah, so much love to you. Mwah! Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And yeah, see you in the next video.